This is Monty with Bill Brothers, starting my digital inspection at a property in the Rancho Bernardo area. And for these digital inspections, we always start underneath the eaves, just to get a general idea of the condition of the wood. These consist of, we have the fascia board, the rafter tails, and then the starter boards. We do have quite a bit of wood rot on this roof in multiple areas, and we also have signs of termite damage. So what we're looking at here is a concrete tile roof. This house was built in 1987, and majority of this roof is original. The way I can tell that is there's no drip edge. Drip edge is that metal flashing that goes along the perimeter and helps alleviate any water that comes after the rain, so it doesn't soak into that wood and cause wood rot. And you can see just how dust like that paper is. We'll go ahead and hop up here. So one thing I wanted to point out is a couple of these tiles are actually stretched. So you can see that these nails are actually poking out. So those are opportunities for water to get up and under here, right? There's quite a few of these scattered across the roof. And we can tell which parts have been updated and which ones haven't, right? One telltale sign is the penetrations and the flashing around them. So this one you can tell is updated, and then this is the original that was left behind. You can see there was mortar around there at some point, but has mastic applied around it. And we had a pretty hefty windstorm recently, so this is probably what caused this T-top to get thrown off. But we want to pay attention to the underlayment. The underlayment is always going to be the most important part of the tile roof, right? And that is the key to waterproofing this roof deck. And you can see just how dust-like this stuff is, right? It's very soft. It's not granular to the touch like a new underlayment would be. And you have water staining, right? And this is where we have majority of that rotted out wood underneath the eaves. It's coming from right around here, and you can see why. This area is completely open, and then you can see more of that original mortar flashing on this side as well. We have quite a few cracked tiles, and those can get replaced on a new roofing project. And this is the side that actually got replaced recently in the last 11 years. And you can see evidence of that. We see the metal flashing around the penetrations. And then something interesting I noticed on this roof is the skylights. We have some sort of fiberglass sheet on top of these openings. And surprisingly, no water has gotten in. But, you know, these have been beaten up and weathered for quite some time. So we definitely want to get proper skylights on this. Anyways, my professional recommendation would be to do a full lift and reset on this roof, given the age and the condition. What we want to do is update the underlayment, and what we want to add for this roof specifically is actually a titanium FR peel and stick underlayment. It comes with a 50-year product warranty. It does a phenomenal job at keeping water out long term. It's fire rated, hence the FR, and it actually peels and sticks right onto the plywood decking, and then once it heats up under the sun, it actually adheres and seals right around those nails, right? So this would be an ideal candidate for that kind of underlayment. And then what we want to do is address any rotten wood that we might find. And I am going to give a disclaimer. There's going to be a hefty amount of wood replacement needed on this roofing project, given the evidence of rotted wood around the eaves. And then we want to update all the flashings and then the drip edge as well. And then we also want to add exhaust ventilation and allow this roof to breathe. Give an example of the neighbors next door. You can see these low profile Hagen vents. They're very, very sleek and almost undetectable, right? You can see one right there and one right there. So we definitely want to get this roof up to code and allow this roof to breathe and get some exhaust ventilation up in here. I will get this out. Thank you.